Cadence and Star Spangled Banner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors. Then please remain standing as UW-Stevens Point Senior Instrumental, General, and Choral Music Education major Allison Evans from Reedsburg, Wisconsin, sings our national anthem.
The twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Don't you just love that music? I do. And boy, Allison Evans and Dr. Butler and our band did a marvelous job. Let's give them a round of applause. Well done. Well, good morning. I'm Bernie Patterson, and it's my honor to serve as Chancellor at the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. And on behalf of the faculty and the staff of this great university, welcome to the 2018 Spring Commencement. Big thank yous are due today. Jordan Eckendorf and all the staff in University Communications and Marketing Office and Facility Services and our IT Department and University Police and Security Services and many others across this campus have worked countless hours to prepare for today. It takes 3 days just to set this arena and months in the planning. Let's give them all a big round of applause, please. Just a note of interest before we get started with the ceremony this morning. The lecterns, the two that you see here on the stage, were built from a northern pin oak that stood on this campus for more than 130 years. It was here before the university was founded in 1894. The tree measured more than 94 feet tall, with a trunk nearly 14 feet in circumference. The tree earned honors in the National Champion Tree Registry. Sadly, it succumbed to the oak wilt disease and was taken down in January of 2017. The lecterns were designed by Angie Novick and built by Todd Wimmerforth, both members of our Facility Services Department. So this tradition will live on for another 100 years at UW-Stevens Point. Well, we want to extend to everyone a warm greeting on this special occasion. There's a reason we call today Commencement. It is the day of new beginnings, of promising futures. There are many who helped make this day possible, especially the parents and family and friends and other supporters of our graduates. The 1,300 members of the spring graduating class are here in large measure because you made the commitment and the necessary sacrifices for them to realize their dreams. Graduates, earning a college degree is a major milestone. Few of you reached this point alone. So let's take a moment, graduates, to say thank you, but hold your applause for just a minute. I'm going to ask for some audience participation here, and I'm going to begin with the parents and step-parents of our graduates. Would you please stand and remain standing if you're able? Please stand if you're a parent or step-parent of our graduates. Now, we want to have the grandparents and great-grandparents join them. Would you please stand if you're able? And now, brothers and sisters of the graduates, would you please stand? And husbands and wives and partners of the graduates. You guys are catching on, aren't you? Children and grandchildren of our graduates, would you stand with them? And now, the aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews, would you please stand? And other relatives and friends and supporters of the graduates, you join them as well. That should be just about everybody, unless you wandered in off the street this morning. One other group, a very special group, is our faculty and staff. We have the most dedicated faculty and staff you could find at any university in this country right here in Stevens Point. Would you stand as well, please? Now, graduates, now is the time to say thank you. I want to see a standing ovation, and I want them to hear you at UW-Whitewater. On your feet, graduates. I can't hear you. I heard that. That's good. Graduates, please remain standing. Graduates, please remain standing. Everybody else, have a seat. Graduates, I want you to look around this arena. Look around. Look inside. Look deep inside yourself. And now for a moment, remember those who would like to have been here today but can't. Graduates, these are the shoulders upon which you stand today. These are the shoulders upon which you stand today. Let that sink in for just a minute. Now, please be seated. But you're not finished saying thank you quite yet. I want the graduates, and just the graduates, to take out those devices that you have, your phones. Most of you have them out already. For the half a dozen that doesn't already have them out, take them out. Take them out. And I want you to send a message. I'll dictate it to you. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. We'll wait. One more thing. When we conclude this morning, and everybody's moving through this facility looking for each other, you're going to meet up with your family. It may take a little longer than you expect, but you will. They're going to give you a big hug. And when they do, linger there for just a moment longer and say thank you. Say thank you. I also want to recognize this morning the Golden Iris Reunion and the Silver Iris Reunion. They're celebrating their 50-year graduation from this university and their 25-year graduation from this university. And I think they're seated right over there. Would you guys stand so we can recognize you as well? They're right over here in the purple gowns. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Graduates, commencement marks the beginning, but with that comes, I'm sure, feelings of sadness as you say goodbye to close friends and roommates. Probably feelings of anxiety, too, not knowing exactly what might come next, and feelings of excitement as you celebrate this great occasion. There is a reason we call this day commencement. It is a day of new beginnings and of promising futures. Commencement also marks a time for new responsibilities, a time to start paying it forward, a time to mold yourself into a servant leader, a time to support your community and exercise your responsibilities, be it at the polls or through volunteer work or just making life better for a neighbor. It's time to make a difference. And there will be hundreds of opportunities come your way, be it at animal shelters or schools or food pantries or nursing homes or helping clean up our lakes and rivers. You've gotten a good start during your time at the university through the thousands of hours that you have already volunteered. So now, let us celebrate this great occasion together. To introduce other distinguished members of our audience and graduating class, may I present our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Greg Summers.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, graduates. As part of this occasion, we give special recognition to those students who have truly excelled both in and out of the classroom. And today it is my pleasure to introduce several groups of our outstanding graduating seniors. We're going to begin by acknowledging members of the ROTC program who will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army during our graduation ceremony this afternoon. These officers will join a proud tradition in this country dating back to 1776. I would like to ask our graduates this morning who are veterans, active duty, or reserve service members to please stand. These graduates will be wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to signify their service to our country. In addition, I would also ask that any audience members who are serving or who have served in the armed forces to stand with our graduates so that we might recognize your service to our country. Could you please stand? Thank you very much for your service. Thank you. You may be seated. Will Phi Kappa Phi members please stand? Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society that encourages superior scholarship in all academic disciplines and recognizes those persons of good character who have excelled in scholarship. Congratulations to each one of you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Members of another group of outstanding students are recognized as recipients of the Academic Honors Award. The faculty has established a program of academic honors to recognize undergraduate students for outstanding academic achievement. Graduation honors are awarded on the basis of the grade point average for all courses attempted. There are 3 levels of academic honors: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, these students are graduating cum laude. Congratulations to each one of you. Please be seated. Next, will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89 please stand? These students are graduating magna cum laude. Congratulations. Please be seated. Among this morning graduates, there are 27 students who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 or above, a summa cum laude designation. Will those students please stand at this time? Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. Please be seated. Please welcome once again Chancellor Bernie Patterson.
Thank you, Provost Summers. We are honored today to have as our spring commencement speaker, Ted Chapin, President and Chief Creative Officer of Rodgers & Hammerstein. Based in New York, the Rodgers & Hammerstein organization owns the rights to the world's most popular stage and film musicals, including Oklahoma, The King and I, and The Sound of Music. On his watch, there have been 7 Tony Award-winning revivals on Broadway. A new Broadway production of Carousel opened in April. Ted has worked with alumni such as Laura Osnes and Tatiana Limbaugh, who have both starred in the lead role of Cinderella on Broadway. And Ted, I want to pause here for just a second to say, you know, our students do amazing things, and you have helped them find their path, and we are so grateful for what you do to support our students and to support this university. I just wanted to say thank you. I will conclude by saying that Ted earned his bachelor's degree in English and theater studies at Connecticut College, where he now serves as an emeritus trustee. UW Stevens Point class of 2018, and guests, will you please help me welcome our commencement speaker, Ted Chapin. Ted?
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. I want to begin today with a confession. I have no idea who gave the commencement speech when I graduated from college, nor what that person said. When my younger daughter graduated from that same institution, the man who found the wreckage of the Titanic was the speaker and gave perhaps the dullest speech I have ever heard. When my older daughter graduated from a different college, the commencement speaker was the father of one of her classmates. The classmate was Elizabeth Hanks, and her father, the charismatic Tom Hanks, gave an insightful talk. So in thinking about the privilege I have been given today, it is certainly my hope to be more in the Tom Hanks mold. I shall be brief as he was, and I will try not to bore you. Over my life, I have learned to say what you want to say and get on with it. So standing up here does give me what Teddy Roosevelt referred to as a bully pulpit, an expression that comes from a time when bully meant superb, wonderful, not at all what it means today. But the expression bully pulpit means simply that I am up here talking and you get to listen to me for a few minutes. And since commencement speeches are intended to impart at least one piece of helpful advice, I'm going to focus on one word in that last sentence: listen. I know that sounds simplistic because we all listen. How can we have conversation without listening to what the other person says and responding appropriately? But the truth is, there are far more people today talking than there are people who actually listen. Let me tell you about the moment when I learned the importance of listening. It was the fall of 1997, and I was asked to moderate a panel as part of a television series run by the American Theater Ring titled Working in the Theater. The series consisted of hour-long discussions about various aspects of Broadway theater. The guy who ran the wing felt that I might be a good person to moderate one of the programs. The subject I was handed was the then newly opened Broadway production of The Lion King. It is, of course, still going strong 20 years and 8,000-plus performances later, but then it was something daring and exciting. A stage adaptation of a beloved Disney animated film put in the hands of a decidedly downtown theater artist whose work off-Broadway and around the world had included imaginative use of puppets, sculptural costumes, and visuals that created dazzlingly theatrical productions. Her name is Julie Taymor. She is a formidable person and a formidable talent. She was on the panel, as were the people from Disney who had done the risky thing of hiring her, and several of the collaborators they chose to work with her, including the musical director from South Africa who had worked on the original movie, but who had a disdain for everything Broadway. In other words, this was going to be a challenge. I, a novice, wrangling a discussion among strong-willed and successful artists, all of whom had worked together. I was the outsider. I read up on the show's development, bought a coffee table book that was published moments after the show opened, and asked people about the various personalities I would be dealing with, and generally dug up any information I could gather that I felt would make for an interesting conversation. I came up with an introduction that I memorized and delivered directly to the camera, introduced everybody on the panel, and then threw a first question to one specific person. I wasn't sure how things would flow from there, but I figured there were enough interesting things for everyone to say to provide for a good conversation. I knew I was the new person in the room, and this group had clearly found its own way of interacting with each other. The show was so dazzling and so well different, I suspected there'd be fireworks along the creative way. What I learned, and fast, was that I would be lost if I didn't pay close attention to what was said in response to any question. In other words, I had to listen. While I didn't have a particular arc for the discussion, I did have a collection of subjects I felt would be appropriate. I resisted the urge to respond when the musical director made disparaging comments about Broadway, remarks I knew to be inaccurate. I knew the conversation wasn't about me and what I thought. I had read in the coffee table book that one character had changed substantially as the result of one of the workshops. That felt like a good subject. But as I tried a couple of times to steer the conversation there, Julie Taymor turned and said, "I know exactly where you're trying to go," turned away, and continued right along the path she had taken for herself. For whatever reason, she wasn't going there. I got through the discussion, and in the end, I was exhausted. I realized that was because I had spent the entire hour listening. I acquitted myself enough to be asked to do more, and it's turned into a bit of a career moderating discussions and conducting public interviews. I enjoyed it, and I thought I was pretty good at it, until I was asked to interview Stephen Sondheim, the great American musical theater genius. Sondheim has perhaps the best brain I may ever encounter, and it never stops churning. I've been a fan for a long time and have known him since being a gopher, as in go for this, go for that, on the original production of his musical Follies. That had me work directly with him, typing his lyrics, even driving him to rehearsal a few times. And we at Rodgers and Hammerstein have various business dealings with him, so I've interacted with him over the years. When asked to do a public Q&A with him, I came up with questions and thoughts, but I also sought advice from Frank Rich, who I know had done several interviews with him. One thing Frank said was, like a good prosecuting attorney, don't ask any questions you don't know the answers to. I did my introduction, lobbed a first good question in his direction. He turned to the audience and answered it precisely, brilliantly, wittily. And when he was done, he turned back to me for the next question. I had listened so intently to his response that I got lost in it. I stuttered a bit, looked at my notes, and came up with another question, which again he answered brilliantly. But I wasn't getting the kind of give and take that by that time I had gotten used to. A few years later, I was asked to interview him again. This time, I was determined to do better. I took subjects he had talked about over and over and thought of different angles so I could get different responses. I started by reading an excerpt from a letter I had found in our files from him to Oscar Hammerstein II when he was a student at Williams College. He knew that Annie Get Your Gun, a musical produced but not written by Rodgers and Hammerstein, was ending its New York run. He asked if some of the curtain materials and the drapes could be sent to the theater at Williams College for, quote, the forthcoming musical smash hit by that renowned composer of intellectual, abstruse, and unhummable music, one Stephen Sondheim. He was 18 at the time. Well, that got us off to a good start. And the best answer was to a question I asked him about whether he and Oscar Hammerstein, who was his mentor, continued to discuss Sondheim's work as the career went on. Did Hammerstein come out of town to see West Side Story and Gypsy, I asked. Oh, I've told those stories 100 times, he said. But I shot back, but not to us, pointing to the audience. He proceeded to tell the story of Hammerstein coming to see Gypsy out of town and giving 2 important notes. Now, since I made the decision several weeks ago that I would focus this talk on the notion of listening, it's been amazing how many times I have read of people citing moments when they wished they had listened to some advice or learned something because they had paid close attention to something that was said. I was surprised to read in the book that I casually tossed in my bag to read on the plane coming out here, a book on Leonard Bernstein by someone who worked with him, the following at the end of the book. Be curious, stay eager to learn, ask all the questions you can think of, and then listen, carefully, quietly, deeply. Now, this campus is facing interesting times. You are going through a reassessment of this institution that is clearly unsettling. I would ask, in keeping with what I've said up here today, that each and every one of you, no matter how involved you are in the discussion, listen to what everyone else is saying and feeling. Listen to what others say. You won't learn anything while you're talking. Listen to those who agree with you and listen to those who don't. The right solution will come only if you all keep an open mind to solving the problems together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chapin, for your message to our graduates. Once again, would the audience give him a warm thank you for his insightful speech. Well, good morning, everyone. I am Al Thompson, the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and I am pleased to introduce your Spring 2018 class speaker, Angela Gigi Stahl, better known as Gigi. From Colorado Springs, Gigi is an English major with minors in psychology, Spanish, and creative writing. She graduates today earning a Bachelor of Arts degree. Could Gigi parents, including her parents Mike and Addie, please stand to be recognized at this time? So Mike and Addie, would you please stand? Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Mike and Addie, thank you so much for giving the opportunity for us to have Gigi in our lives during her undergraduate years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gigi was a member of Student Government Association and most recently served as the Inclusivity Director. She also served on the program as a program coordinator for the Women's Resource Center and was a member of the Gigi has received the University Leadership Award for the last 3 years and is an honorary member of Sigma Delta Rho sorority. She is also a recipient of this year's Chancellor Leadership Award. Her future plans include attending graduate school at Western Michigan University, where she plans to study higher education student affairs. Please help me welcome your class speaker, Gigi Stahl.
friends. This is so exciting. So today I want to recognize that the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point occupies the land of Ho-Chunk and Menominee people. Please take a moment to acknowledge and honor this ancestral Ho-Chunk and Menominee land and sacred land of all Indigenous peoples. Today for my speech, I want to invite you to be present in this space. Take a big belly breath. Take note who is next to you, who's behind you, and who's up here on stage with me today. Our experience here is officially becoming our launch pad to our next destination. Welcome to the finish line. We've made an impact on our campus. From here out into the community, when students visit for the first time, they're always astounded by how many people will smile at them walking on the sidewalk. We did that. Kindness, in its most basic form, is the ability to make yourself vulnerable enough to be seen and take the time to see somebody else. This, the foundation of kindness, is what gives us success as pointers, and it's what's going to continue to keep us grounded in our widest reaching branches. During our time, we shaped our community by making the choice to engage in kindness by investing in education and continuing here at UW-Stevens Point. We used our interpersonal influences to encourage others to face their tormentors, be it a 10-page essay, a goose and Schmeekly, or ourselves. We created a community with the most basic foundation of kindness, validating each other's experience. As a pointer who is a queer woman of color, I have grown into myself here, learning the power of living and telling my truth. And I've learned this from you, my peers, my professors, the community members, and the administration. I've learned that strength comes not only from those who are willing to stand up and speak, but from those that are willing to listen. I've seen that strength on our campus comes from us, the student body. We are willing to remain open to change and growth, and that is what has brought us here today. We're celebrating our courage and assuming a new kind of responsibility. When we first got here, you remember, there was a professor that we saw in the classroom, and we were astounded by how much knowledge they knew. And now, we're on a completely different level. We're learning with them. And even though they've been through some more graduations than we have, we all still have some learning to go through. And that's one of the best things about our community here. We have so much to offer. Today, for example, I am so grateful for my CNR counterparts because I get to stand here with you today. I'm grateful for my CLS cohort because I get to stand here with you today as well. Collectively, we have access and possession of enough knowledge to create holistic, lasting structural change on this campus and in the community. And in our time here, we have. Alone, I could not do that. In my major alone, I could not do that. But together, we have come together to create that change, and that is the acceptance of our new responsibility, taking our power of the pointer forward. As you leave today, remember that professor, the peer, or the extra toppings at Carl D's, you know what I'm talking about, that inspired you to get here today. Reflect upon that extension of grace that invited you into your place of success. Toni Morrison once said, when you get these jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, you need to free someone else. Your real job is that if you are free and you have some power, then you need to empower someone else. We came to UWSP to find a home, and we are leaving today having made one that celebrated vulnerability, transparency, and kindness. We are leaving today knowing that we can take that with us, because we have the power to inspire change in ourselves and the community around us. Today, I am proud to be a pointer because I know who I come from. I'm inspired to see where we go. Our influence on the pointer community does not stop today. As you leave, as you cross this stage, note the energy in the room. Feel the power we have within ourselves and reflect upon what you have done in our short time together. Own it. All of you, every single one, made the choice to end up here today. That's a celebration. Remind yourself that you have roots in kindness and you made it here despite your tormentors. All it takes is that one gesture to make that difference in someone else's life to help them get here today as well. Your vulnerability has shown strength, and you have made the power to make this place our home. That doesn't stop today. You can take that power with you, because the power of the pointer does not end at graduation. Today, you choose to take it with you. Class of 2018, welcome to the finish line. Thank you.
Gigi, thank you for those words. We're very proud of who you are and what you represent. Commencement is a ceremony filled with traditions, from the flowing academic regalia to the hard covers of your diploma. We mark this occasion with traditions steeped in symbolism. In September of 2013, we brought back the old tradition of fall convocation. More than 1,500 incoming students and over 700 faculty and staff gathered to celebrate the start of the academic year, committing to each other and reinforcing our dedication to our learning community. We have also added an important role for the replica of the iconic cupola atop of Old Main, the one you see standing in front of the stage this morning. What might this cupola look like 100 years from now? Scratched and dented, I'm sure, darkened by the thousands of hands that will have touched it. None of us will be here to see that, but I know in my heart that we're building a tradition and a university for the future. Now it is my pleasure to introduce UW-Stevens Point alumni Frank Haney and Kathleen Trejo Haney. Frank and Kathleen both graduated from UW-Stevens Point in 1970 with bachelor's degrees in biology. Frank earned his master's degree in biology from Southern Connecticut State University in 1976, and Kathleen earned her master's degree in education from Viterbo University in 1996. After graduation, Frank and Kathleen dedicated their lives to educating young minds. They spent time in New York and Connecticut and then settled in Wisconsin. They both worked for the Crevitz School District. Kathleen was a 7th and 8th grade science teacher for 24 years, and Frank taught science education for 33 years. Now retired, Frank and Kathleen enjoy spending time outside and managing their property in Crevitz. It seems fitting that this couple is here today as they commit to UW-Stevens Point and this community, and we join as we seal our commitment to UW-Stevens Point. Please help me welcome Frank and Kathleen Haney.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. 48 years ago this month, Kathy and I were seated where you graduates are seated today. We are all here because of the outstanding education that we received from UW-Stevens Point. Thank you, university faculty and administrators, for guiding us to this point. It is our honor to lead the UW-Stevens Point alumni pinning ceremony this morning. Graduates, when you walked in this morning to the ceremony site, you were each given a UW-Stevens Point lapel pin attached to your name card. Now's the time to take out that pin, please. Graduates, please turn to the person next to you. You may have had classes together, or this may be your first time that you have met, but you're already connected as Pointer alumni. At this time, we ask you to secure that connection by attaching your pin to your neighbor's gown. Kathy, please exchange pins with me at this time.
ask that you wear this pin with pride. Cherish the memories of the time you spent at this university. When you step into your new lives and meet other UW Stevens Point alumni, make sure you pause and connect as fellow Pointers. If you see a Pointer not wearing a pin, give them yours. You can then call or email the Alumni Affairs, and they will send you a new pin to replace the one you shared with your fellow Pointer. Congratulations, class of 2018. We are counting on you to share the Pointer spirit, continue the Pointer legacy, and to carry on the Pointer tradition. Make your life a masterpiece. Imagine no limitations on what you can be, can have, or can do. Put your mind, heart, and soul even into your smallest acts. This is the secret to success. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank and Kathleen, for leading this pinning ceremony with the class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say we are now ready to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Patterson, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, it is my privilege to present the May 2018 candidates for the master's degree. The graduate faculty and I recommend that, contingent upon the completion of all degree requirements, each candidate be conferred with the master's degree, and in testimony thereto be presented the diploma of this university.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of this university, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Those faculty representatives who will be participating in the hooding ceremony, please meet your candidate at the bottom of the stairs. Candidates, please remain standing. Marshals, please escort the master's degree candidates forward.
College of Natural Resources, Master of Science in Natural Resources. Ryan Brown, hooded by Dr. Bill Fisher. Sandra DeRoche, hooded by Dr. Kendra Litticoat. Marcus Knack, hooded by Dr. Kendra Litticoat. Jenna Ruzic, hooded by Dr. Wes Larson. Luke Sherburl, hooded by Bryant Sharonbrock. College of Letters and Sciences, Master of Science in Data Science. Tyler Peters, hooded by Dr. Tim Kraus. Master of Science in Teaching, English. Katie Hitchcock, hooded by Dr. Rebecca Stevens. Barbara Farner-Ladke. Kathleen Mahoney.
Good morning, graduates and guests. I am Eric Yankee, Interim Dean of the College of Letters and Science. Will all candidates for degrees in the College of Letters and Science please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees in the College of Letters and Science. Contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, I recommend they receive the diploma of this university. Contingent upon successfully completing the requirements for the respective degrees, the Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and associate degree be conferred upon them. Candidates, you may be seated.
Good morning. It's my great honor to be the Dean of the College of Natural Resources. I'm Christine Thomas. Will the candidates for the degrees in the College of Natural Resources please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Natural Resources. Contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, I recommend they receive the diploma of this university and that the appropriate degree be conferred upon each of them. Now, will all baccalaureate and associate degree candidates from both the College of Natural Resources and the College of Letters and Science please stand for conferral?
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate or associate degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The marshals will escort the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates forward by row.
College of Letters and Sciences, Bachelor of Applied Studies, Joseph Downs. Paul Morrison. Michelle Peters. Jeanette Schifra. Abram Anderson. Catherine Bagalki. Alexandria Bowley. Ethan Cadis. Dakota Bork. Morgan Brinkman. Emily Crook. Olivia DeValk. Jolyn Dishno. Jake Douglas. Kisa Duncan. Melissa Figueroa. Kennedy Fitzgerald. Skylar Fitzgerald. Anissa Flick. Tristan Fortier. Mara Gerhards. Melanie Hebler. Benjamin Immerfall. Angela Marie Iwansky. Mallory Jones. Christian Cage. Sarah Cook. Margaret Mary Levin. Adam Loper. Karen Mackey. Liberty McPherson. Lucas Mesky. Alexandra Miller. Mara Miller. Andy Muchler. Lexi Neely. Jared Ponko. Jennifer Peterson. Derek Plowden. Will Rossmiller. Jasenia Santamaria. Samuel J. Scarpacci. Jessica Shampours. Brady Simonson. Samantha Smith. Melanie Snyder. Carson Stefani. Mitchell Tenpass. Tate Tolman. Michael S. Topping. Michael Ulicki. Natalie Wanasek. Samantha Lynn Workus. Catherine Wisniewski. Joshua Zial. Austin Zarda. Bachelor of Science, Mohammed Albakar. Emily Alberts. Kiera Almanza. Callie Archer. Dylan Arts. Michaela Arndt. Stephen Asmondi. Anthony Boulinas. Emily Bands. Graham Barden. Samantha Barnum. Garrett Bartelt. Taylor Mary Frances Barrett. Bradley William Bartell. Morgan Ann Bauer. Dylan Blashka. Carolyn Bodis. Mariah Boggs. Samuel K. Bortz. Shannon Bouchon. Leah Bowers. Luke Brendemule. Lara Broderick. Allison Bruger. Jedediah Burdick. Brenna Carlson. Cameron Calderon. Haley Champion. Manki Chan. Daniela Chavez. Allison Clark. Jacqueline Conway. Rachel Cook. Jessica Corning. Cameron Patrick Crayon. Kenneth Syriakis II. Hannah Daly. Mackenzie Davidson. Cassandra Davis. John Dawson. Jordan DeFrance. Sarah DeGuire. Brittany Dye. Dylan Diebitz. Jack Patrick DeFino. Rudolph DeLobick IV. Alex Deering. Jacob Dreves. Christina Ann Drinville. Chelsea Dullman. Aspen Duffin. Alyssa Dunn. Colton Joba. Ashley Yuki. Kayla Faskell. Roman Fisher. Aaron Fisher. Devin Fleck. Lisa Lockwood Fowle. Rachel Michelle Frank. Dominion Fredericks. Elena Fries. Lindsay Frieding. Aaron Fusselman. Ben Gardner. Evan Vincent Garsky. Ashley Gates. Elizabeth Gilson. Paige Gurgis. Robert Guskovich. Mackenzie Grover. Annalie Gudelis. Onalie Gudelis. Dominic Gunderson. Zachary John Halbach. Jessica Harder. Dustin Hassenorl. Christopher Headley. Gabrielle Hess. Kara Hare. Logan Hess. Sarah Hitz. Eric Hudkevich. Jared Howarda. Kristen Rabin. Ashley Jablonski. Matthew Jock. Samuel Jekyll. Jimin Jong. Destiny Johnson. Jay Jordan. Ernest Jorgensen. Jordan Josephaki. Cindy Juarez. Hannah Campa. Shutapa Kar. Zachary Kehoe. Megan Kelly. Mackenzie King. Caitlin Kivy. Taylor Konnek. Kimberly Knispel. Kelsey Cook. John Koss. Natalie Kowalik. Andrew Pratwell. Kelly Craning. Kyle Kuchenbecker. Lucas Cusack. Emily LaRosa. Brent LaRue. Jenna Lazay. Aaron Lemmer. Brian Lenz. Abigail Levernick. Austin Lieburn. Alyssa Likeness. Caitlin Leela. Miranda Linder. Nicole Elizabeth Lindley. Bobby Joe Loomis. Brianna Lidkey. Derek Lucas York. Mary Lutz. Kelly Magliano. Catherine Makovic. Courtney Malegli. Kayla Maglio. Lucas Mancheski. Cole Massey. Khadijah Massey. Amanda Mathis. Kelsey Mattmiller. Deidre May. Aisha Makata. Say Aisha McDade. Angelique Minell. Lily Moronic. Seth Miller. Zachary Miller. Benjamin Milzer. Matthew Massoni. Sophie Mall. Gail Morris. Catherine Morris. Alex Mua, Nikki Minch, Kyle Murray, Kevin Myers, Alex Knack, Ciara Neeb, Emily Niemer, Janelle Nelson, Kelsey Ann Nelson, Ross Nichols, Benjamin Olila, Hannah Olson, Netzalie Pacheco Royce, Sarah Parker, Raymond Partlow, Jesselyn Rose Payne, Misty Peace, Madison Penning, Olivia Petrie, Kelsey Lee Phillips, Jordan Pike, Jessica Pilsner, Kara Pittman, Alyssa Pritchard, Michael Lambchop Palmaville, Elizabeth Probst, Ashley Nicole Radmer, Wealth Ramos, Jennifer Ranta, Emma Ray, Eric Andrew Reel, Kendall Reeves, Carly Reimer, Skylar Richards, Brandon Richardson, Taylor Rauerdink, Joshua Rosencrans, Travis Roth, Kristen Rudzinski, Damon Salm, Zach Schaefer, Benjamin Schills, Emily Schlebecker, Brittany J. Schmidt, Nikayla Schmidt, Shantia Schmidt, Shantea Schmidt, Ashley Schneider, Matthew Schneider, Ronnie Ray Schrader, Elena Shu, Jackson Schultz, Serafina Lynn Skirto, Justin Sees, Trevor Shattuck, Brandon Simonis, Laura Lee Snodgrass, Mitch Sprangers, Zachary Squires, Gigi Stahl, William James St. John, Marshall Stieber, Kelsey Studinsky, Jake Stumner, Jonathan Sunstead, Logan Shemansky, Jason Tatro, Jason Tatro, Logan Taylor, Austin Tunison, Loranda Thiem, Alexander Thompson, Nathan Thor, Deanna Trapp, Nicholas Truel, Lucky Vang, Shantair Vivang, Michael Vu, Brian Walbeck, Allison Wallace, Cole Wally, Tristan Watson, Jenny Warjajic, Gregory Wales, Catherine Wendell, Alexis Weiler, Logan Weston, Matthew Whitley, Michelle Wild, Connor Wilson, Samantha Ann Wilson, Yuka Yoshino, Hannah Zakshesky, Jade Zakcheska, Amara Zems, Rachel Zenezek, College of Natural Resources, Bachelor of Science. Robert Abrahamian. Genevieve Adamski. Dylan Alsbach. Logan App. William Merle Arnold III. Casey Oslus. Alyssa Ray Baker. Andrew Becker. Lucas Begeman. Brooke Benbenick. Timothy Burtz. Brian Bestie. Robert Bivens. Tim Blazek. Christopher Bocciardi. Tyler Boudre. Matthew Brabender. Chanel Budleski. Robert Burke. Adam Birkland. Morgan Cannon. Benjamin Carey. Lindsay Carlson. Carrie Kerrigan. Alex Catalano. Nick Chapman. Marie Claire. Joseph Clark. Justin Mitchell Cook. Courtney Cordova. Anne-Marie Croy. Michael Curtin. Benjamin Demchek. Justin Dentisi. Nick Derricks. Jason Dinger. Austin Dins. Corey Dauberts. Nathan Dobeck. James Downs. Taylor Drake. Nick Dudek. Logan L. Schultz. Natalie Erickson. Michaela Feigl. Nicholas Feist. Marissa Fenwick. Jason Fisher. Sarah Fisher. Stephen Fischler. Allison Fitzloff. Brody Gabriel. Grant Gagliardi. Alex Gall. Nicholas Gall. Joseph Garofano. Kyle Gerdes. Mason Giordano. Owen Gluck. Nathan Geckner. Carly Gallner. Carly Gallmer. Robin Greaves. Benjamin Gill. Benjamin Gutknecht. Adeline Hanchett. Taylor Howes. Alex Harp. Ethan Howe. Samuel Heidel? Samuel Heidel. Logan Henlick. Dalton Harold. Joseph Hirsch. Marshall Hemke. Tanner Holrith. Ryan Holterman. Noah Horsch. Shayna Humphrey. Adam Hunt. Colton Hutchinson. Rachel Johnson. Zach Jones. Jamison Jordan. Andrew King. Joseph Kincher. Jordan Kissinger. Timothy Klein. Mackenzie Klemick. Kathleen Clow. Colin Cofferness. Mitchell Kohler. Nathan Kashesky. Justin Kowalski. Michaela Kramer. Serena Kuzmarski. Jacob Larson. Brody Lauer. Peter Lawrence. Ji Hung Lee. Dakota Lenski. Dylan Lesser. Jeff Liu. Sarah Madden. Samantha Matterzak. Sean Malik. Rich Marin. Emily Masterson. Timon Maurer. Joseph McMahon. Alyssa Meineke. Rudy Magden. Joseph Montaigne. Nicholas Myers. Nate Nelson. Ross Nett. Justin Okradzinski. Katie Olson. Eric Owens. Evan Page. Christopher Poswald. Samuel Peters. Samuel Peterson. Sean Piet. Sarah Pofall. Michael Pasansky. Derek Poston. Emily Powell. Deidre Pulvermacher. Keenan Poles. Trevor Ramos. Brett Reed. Catherine Rexroad. Alexander Richardson. Tyler Robinson. Tyler Rush. Eamon Ryan. Farah Sears. Sawyer Schmidt. Robin Schmidt. Ryan Schneider. Andrew Schneier. Drake Schrader. Patrick Schrader. Margaret Schwark. Daniel Schwind. Andrew Seafried. Corey Semler. Colin Sherrod. Joshua Siebert. Kyle Simonson. Nathan Smith. Adam Robert Soha. Ryan Spawn. Daniel Squires. Kiefer Schroka. Haley Stangler. Marcus Stanley. Cody Stinson. Brian Stockowitz. Joshua Storr. Trace Straley. Taylor Strand. Callan Sutrick. Andrew Shemansky. Lee Tapper. Janelle Taylor. Tommy Tao. Jay Teener. Ryan Balish. Corey Valenket. Victor Vang. Tessa Vaverka. Victoria Walensky. John Waterman. Edison Watt. Blake Whedon. Abigail Weigel. Eric Whitefoot. Joshua Wiedenhoff. Andrew Welland. Ross Wiersba. Connor Wilds. Hunter Willis. Noah Wittig. Caleb Wolf. Jonathan Lee Wallner. Jordan Zabel. Bradley Zinda. College of Letters and Sciences, Associate of Arts and Science. Hannah Mall. Samara Suami.
Graduates, you may move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your graduation. Congratulations. Graduates, we hope you will always consider UW-Stevens Point your home, and please come back and visit often. We wish each of you continuing success and happiness, and to all our guests, we thank you for helping us celebrate our graduates today. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. To conclude, it is the tradition at UW-Stevens Point for the Chancellor to give a charge to the graduates at the end of the commencement ceremony. So I'll do just that. What would you expect to hear? Graduates, perhaps some of the same things I considered saying: to be a leader, to make good use of your education, to make the world a better place. While these are good thoughts and certainly things we want you to do, they're being expressed at commencement ceremonies across this country. UW-Stevens Point is no ordinary university, and your experience here has been anything but ordinary. So I say to you simply this: reach out to those who are alone. Speak up for those who have no voice. Stand up for those who cannot stand. One final thought. The day will come, it will surely come, when you are confronted with an ethical dilemma. There will be no one to show you the way. There will be no instruction manual. There will be no one to lean on, no one to talk to, no one to ask, no one to text, no one to call, and no one to reach out to on Facebook. You will feel more alone than perhaps you ever have in your entire life. At that precise moment, when it is up to you and you alone, what you will have to lean on, to call upon, is your foundation in life. That is your Pointer education, and if you're a person of faith, your faith in God. Now go and be servant leaders. Godspeed. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Before we leave today, we ask you to stand and join graduate Allison Evans in singing our alma mater, The Purple and the Gold. She will be joined by the UW-Stevens Point Band. This song was written by former music professor James Arrowwood. The words are printed on the last page in the commencement program.
Of laurel
Thank you, Allison. The audience may be seated, and for safety purposes, we ask that the audience please remain seated during the recessional. This ceremony site will be open until 1 p.m. for family and friends to take pictures. There will also be plenty of photo opportunities outside and in the Quant Field House. Would the marshals please release our faculty, staff, and graduates by row after the platform party has recessed? Thank you for joining us for this wonderful celebration. It's a great day to be a Pointer.